West Bethany Lutheran Church on the Ingalls Homestead. Carrie finds her prairie church roots. In 2017, I went to DeSmet, and on the Ingalls Homestead, I was warmed by the sight of a pretty pioneer church. Its name, West Bethany, sounded like my Larson great-grandparents' church. But hey, there's a lot of prairie churches, and theirs was in Irwin, 10 miles away from the Ingalls Homestead. Then earlier this year, I saw this amazing photo of a prairie church being moved. The photo was on the Laura Ingalls Wilder Facebook page and was from 2009. Asked around and found out that the church in the photo was the one being moved to the Ingalls Homestead, the church I had seen there 4 years ago. The story is that the good people who have brought the Ingalls Homestead to life knew it needed a prairie church to be complete. And the good people at West Bethany Lutheran Church in Irwin were dwindling in numbers. They wanted to save their church, where for more than a century, the doors had always been open. The other happy part is that it is indeed my Larson great-grandparents' West Bethany Church, which now sits on the Ingalls Homestead. I recently visited DeSmet and was eager to tour, for the first time in person, the church of my great-grandparents. I found the church seemingly alone on the prairie. True to spirit, the doors were open, the sanctuary was inviting. A notebook had church history back to 1881, and I found out that my great-grandfather Larson was a trustee that year. Returning home from my trip, I found this photo of my Larson great-grandparents. Pioneering was a hard life, and their faith and church life sustained them. Next, I found out something fun in the old church records. I still want to tease my good-humored mother that I found out where she got her unlikely name, Levon. There was a church member, Levon Larson, back in the time when my mother was getting named. Now we know, Mom. My travel companion, Leah Wegener, saw a piano in the front of the church and sat down to play. Now I got really holy in that sanctuary. I told Leah the one memory that my mother had told me of my great-grandmother Larson. Mother said she remembered her hard-working grandmother, the woman in the photo with great-grandfather Larson, playing the hymn, "Abide with Me." I was especially grateful in that moment for Leah. What a perfect companion who could play hymns on the piano and provide that experience. One last look inside my Larson great-grandparents' Pioneer Church, which has been moved 10 miles and now sits on the Ingalls Homestead. Note, the church currently on the Ingalls Homestead was not the church of Laura Ingalls Wilder. Her family were founding members of another church, the DeSmet Congregational Church. Laura's pa helped with the construction of the DeSmet Congregational Church at about the same time as the current church, my great-grandparents' church, was being formed in the nearby town of Irwin.